Back to the channel, guys. This video is going to pertain to those people out there that have stashed some money away in the bank, whatever the amount might be, $50,000, $100,000, and you're just like, I don't know what to do with my money. So I'm going to help you out because I've been there, and I think this video is going to really help you guys, and I'm going to kind of talk about some concepts in real estate investing. So stay tuned. It's coming up right after this. Back to my YouTube channel, guys. I'm a real estate broker out here in Washington. I work for John L. Scott, and if you have any real estate needs, all my info is down there in the description. But if you like this video, please hit that like button and go support me and hit that subscribe button as well. I would be greatly appreciated. Now on to the video you're waiting for. Let's dig right into it. So you want to start investing in real estate, but you just have no idea where to start. You have no idea what to even look for. It's a lot of money, it's a lot of time. So hopefully this video kind of helps break down some basic concepts so you kind of have a rough understanding, of what you should be looking for, where to put your money, how to calculate different returns and all that different stuff that just, you might not even have time for. So hopefully you get some value out of this video. When you're looking to invest in real estate, there's a couple different things that you need to look at. Number one, and I've noted on this in other videos about investing as well, the property has to cash flow, guys. A lot of properties don't even cash flow. What I mean by cash flow for all those super beginners out there is, let's say your mortgage payment is $2,500 a month, and maybe the house would rent for only $2,400 a month. Well, every single month you'd be taking a loss. That's not the type of investment you want to get into. You want to be cash flow positive every single month, which means if your mortgage is $2,500, you would want that property to rent for $3,000, $3,200, $3,300 a month, so you're cash flow positive and you're getting rental income every single month passively. Next things that you're going to get with a rental income, I call the A and the D. The first one is appreciation. The property is going to appreciate every single year. And I actually just, before I made this video, I pulled up these stats. This is super interesting. In Seattle, Washington, in the last 10 years, has appreciated 82%. 82%, guys. That's 6.2% clip every single year. If we go to Texas in the last 10 years, which isn't a high appreciation area, keep that in mind, but the median housing prices are way, way more affordable than Seattle. 58% in that 10-year period in Texas at a 4.7% clip every single year. Now I bring up these two different areas because this is where appreciation and cash flow is going to differ, your mindset going into the deal. So if you're looking into Seattle, a high appreciation area, another high appreciation area around the country is going to be New York. Another one, California, Beverly Hills. High sought after areas like that are going to appreciate tremendously year over year. So when you're going into an area that's a high appreciation area, what you're looking for is your cash flow might not be as high as, say, if you went and invested in Texas. What you're really investing in those areas for is the appreciation, and then the cash flow is just positive on top of that. Most of the deals that I've looked at around here in the Seattle area, north of Seattle, even south of Seattle, if it's a new construction home, your cap rate on the deal, which keep in mind is your NOI divided by your purchase price, your net operating income, so your rental income times 12 to get it on a yearly basis, divide that by your purchase price of the property. Normally I see cap rates as low as 2%, 6% cash on cash returns, which is your cash in the portion of the deal if you leverage the deal, which most people will leverage the deal unless you're paying all cash for the deal. You could get into the double digits, 10%, 11%, 12% cash on cash returns. But most of these deals that I'm seeing around where I live, they're right around 3 to 4% cap rates. I know what some of you guys are thinking out there, 4% return on my money, Alex? Why don't I just go stick my money in a mutual fund that gets 8 to 9% annualized return? And it's super easy. You just click a button on your computer, you forget about it. And guys, I'm all for stock investing. I just like to keep my stock investing on that side of my investment strategy just super simplified, right? I invest for the long term. I don't look at my stocks. The reason why I like real estate is it's a tangible asset. You can physically drive by it. I just like that. If you don't care about that, then it might not be for you. But there's other parts of investing in real estate that I think are far more superior than, stock investing. Because with stock investing, right, you're relying on the company to obviously increase its profits. You're relying on the share price to go up. And then if you invest in a company that, pays out a dividend, you're also getting that, yield on the dividend. But with real estate, there's so many different factors. So let me explain. I was saying in like the Seattle metro area, high appreciation areas, New York, Beverly Hills, California, where the land costs a lot of money. There isn't a lot of land left and the land costs a lot. Hence, housing prices are going to cost a lot. A lot of people want to live there. It's favorable. Housing prices increase year over year. If you're looking as a real estate investor in these areas, you're not going to look at the cash flow per se so much as if you're investing in, say, like Texas. What you're going to look at, like I already stated, is the appreciation. So this moves on to the Texas location, right? In an area that doesn't appreciate as much, you're gonna vice versa. You're gonna look at the cash flow portion of the deal more and try to find properties that are cash flowing a good amount month over month, right? So you're putting a good amount of money in your pocket every single month. That's the appreciation side of investing in real estate. Now the depreciating side of investing in real estate. The IRS allows you to depreciate real estate at 27.5 useful years. What does this mean? When your rental property becomes an actual rental, right? You have the tenant in there and it's being used for a business, you can depreciate that asset 27.5. So you simply take the purchase price, divide it by 27.5, and you can use that as a write-off on your tax return, which is a massive incentive, guys. You can write that against your rental income. Keep in mind when you have a rental property, all those expenses, you hire a landscaping company, you have a property management company, you have a leak in the house, whatever it might be, any expense associated with the house is tax deductible when it's a rental property. Now I want to take you guys behind my computer and give you an example. If you're watching this video and you're like, Alex, I have $200,000, you've been working really hard and you're confused, you're nervous, you don't know where to put your money. You're like, Alex, where should I put $200,000 if I want to start investing in real estate? This is exactly what I would do. So we'll take you behind my screen here. So this is exactly what I would do if I had $200,000 to invest. The first thing I would do is I would probably look for a multi-family property. Where I live, you could find a duplex for around $1 million. Of course, you're gonna leverage this deal and you're gonna put 20% down. $1 million, 20% down is $200,000. And you're gonna take out an $800,000 loan amount. Your note will be $800,000. Interest rate is gonna be higher on a non-owner occupied property compared to a primary residence. For this example, we'll use 3.7%. You're gonna have no PMI, property tax, $10,000 a year, home insurance, and then we're gonna simply calculate. If you guys haven't used this, mortgagecalculator.org is great for running these calculations. It has amortization tables. Basically tells you everything you're gonna need to know. Okay, so we break this down, $4,640 is gonna be your monthly mortgage payment on this full unit. Okay, now where I do business, these units would probably rent for around $2,400 a side. So we're talking about $4,800 of gross rental income for the full unit, okay? And so we look at this from a cash flow perspective, and it doesn't look great right away. I mean, I'll tell you guys, it doesn't look great. We're talking about, $4,800 minus, sorry, I'm using a calculator for that, $160 a month in cash flow, right? I mean, it's not a lot, guys. It's not a lot at all. And we'll simply multiply that by 12. So we'll get to 1920 of rental income a year. Now what we can do is we simply divide that by our cash in the game, okay, to get our cash on cash return. Now this is extremely low. This is like a 1% rental cap, guys. Now keep in mind, this is just example purposes only. You know, you definitely could probably rent these units for more. Realistically, it's probably more like $2,700, so about $600 more a month is what you could rent a unit like that for. But this is just kind of to give you an idea of, you know, where the appreciation starts playing into the property. So now you own $1 million asset, right? You get a renter in there, right? You're getting some cash flow a month, you know, it's not a lot, you know, and of course over the years rental prices will go up. You're gonna end up getting more cash flow as the years go on and you hold the property for longer. But this is where real estate, the power of real estate, this is why I love real estate. And now we go back to the appreciation side. So now you own this $1 million asset, right? Now from an appreciation standpoint, you know, let's say the market 3 years ago around here, the market went up 12%. Let's say it goes up 10%. 10%. That's $100,000 improvement in equity just by holding the property for 1 year. You did not do anything to the property. Now keep in mind, this is not realized until you sell the property, just like stock. You know, your gain isn't realized until you sell the property. But what you're doing is you're building this equity up in the property within your asset that you've leveraged the deal, okay? Plus you're getting cash flow. And now on top of this, guys, on top of this, you are getting depreciation, right? So you can actually depreciate your basis divided by 27.5 is $36,363 a year, okay, that you can depreciate on your tax return and use as a write-off. You guys have it. Hopefully that kind of helped. That's exactly what I would do. I would go out, find a multifamily property. You know, you can do new construction. Keep in mind this 1% cap rate, it's gonna be higher than that, guys. Probably more realistically 3 to 4%. If you actually get an accurate rental, per month rental for that unit. 3 to 4%, you know, you're probably gonna cash flow. You're gonna cash flow more than 160, $200, $300, $400, $500 a month in cash flow. But you know, where you're really gonna make the money, especially where I do business, is the appreciation of the property. And you know, especially if you're buying in, you know, a sought after area that, you know, a lot of people want to move into, that property value is only going to go up. Hopefully that kind of alleviated some confusion maybe that you guys had. I'm going to do more videos on this kind of investment side just because I'm looking at investment properties for myself. I'll kind of bring you along on that journey and kind of, you know, show you what I look for specifically. And like I said, guys, keep in mind, you have to look at a ton of properties. You know, I mean, weeks and weeks and weeks, every single morning of pulling up new active listings, and you know, you're not gonna find anything. The numbers just don't work out. It takes time to find that property that cash flows, that financially makes sense. So just don't give up, keep at it, and stay tuned for the video coming next week, guys. We'll see you then. Thanks.